They charged me with resisting arrest.
Get that confidence in jail.
I object.
Good morning, fellow patriots, and welcome back to another episode of Allegedly Bravo, where we talk about all things reality crime. I'm Cash.
And I'm Lauren. How are you doing?
Oh, fabulous. Just got back from a wonderful trip to Costco. How are you doing?
Well, I didn't go to Costco, so I'm fabulous.
Costco on a Sunday at 2 p.m.
I mean, why you would ever do that to yourself, makes absolute no sense to me. None.
I thought the roaches would be out yesterday because it's a holiday weekend. So I thought everyone was going to stock up with their goods on a Saturday.
Nope.
I was wrong. People were wild though.
Yeah, I bet.
Honking their horns, flipping people off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my criminal behavior is very much going to be associated with my trip to Costco today. So.
Oh, okay.
it might be a Dorit take, aka very long-winded.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, that sounds good to me. Okay, well, let's just give a few updates on Erica Jane, Lisa Rinna. I know. So we'll keep it short, I think, because we'll have to do a literal entire episode about this thing, because she just keeps it's thing after thing after thing. But
so you said that the docket is just popping.
The docket be popping. So I think, separately off the record, you and I need to do some reading.
Yes.
But I had a clubhouse with Shira again in Shira Scoop 2.0's clubhouse. And we talked a lot about Erica Jane, and people were asking really good questions. And I thought we could talk about one of them here because one of the people in the clubhouse said that, and by the way, I didn't really research too deeply into this. So we'll just say one of the people in the clubhouse said that they saw on Instagram a proof of service that Erica was personally served with a complaint in that case at her home in Pasadena. And the proof of service says that and says what time she was served and at the address and all that, just like a proof of service would. So the person in the clubhouse asked, alleging
really
all
quickly,
that.
What was the date on the proof of service? Do we know?
See, I don't know because it happens, it all just happened so fast.
Okay. So
I didn't get a copy of the proof of service because Clubhouse is all audio, but, and then I didn't really have time to look it up. So I'm not sure, but I know it was before maybe 2018 or before. Yeah, exactly. Allegedly, according to the information I have and not have seeing the document. So the person in the clubhouse was like, hey, can you fake that? Could the the process server, drop off the documents and say Erica took them, and I said, no, usually the process server doesn't know Jack from Jill. They don't give a fuck. They're getting paid $65 to walk up and serve some Joe Schmo their papers. And usually how it happens is they go up to someone. Have you ever done process serving? Have you ever served anyone?
Oh, I have one of the greatest stories for that.
Yes. Oh my God. Say it.
So when I was just graduated undergrad, I was working at a family law firm up in Northern California. And I was working as a filing assistant / law clerk. So I was bottom of the totem pole. And it was Halloween. I was dressed up as a homeless person, which now probably very déclassé.
Very déclassé.
But we all dressed up. And my boss came up to me and was like, we need to serve this guy because he was evading service. We couldn't get him. And it was a really deeply contentious divorce. There was possible domestic violence. And he was just a hothead. And people could not get him because he was very aware of what process servers look like. Because they do have a look.
They have a look.
But it worked out wearing my jeans from ripped jeans from American Eagle and a flannel and a beanie. Yeah.
Oh God.
But the respondent was a high school teacher.
Oh.
And so I looked really young at that time. And so she goes, well, why don't you try to go serve him at the school? And I was like, okay, well, that's I can try, but I can't really guarantee it because high schools are so locked down.
Yeah.
And security is so tight. And so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm going to try it. So I go down there, I walk on campus, nobody even bats an eye.
Ew, that scares me.
And it was like right when it had to have been,
it.
no, it had to have been like right when the last bell had rung, or like there was one period left or something. And I walked up to some kids that played football and I was like, hey, do you know this person? And they're like, oh yeah, he's our math teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that's his classroom right there.
God, nothing like a bunch of kids to tell you the truth, you know?
And I walked down and I mean, I know you've served documents before, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
And you walk in and you just say, hey, are you blah, blah, blah. And they have to give like a verbal or a physical acknowledgement that they are who they say they are. And you just drop the paperwork and you say you've been served and you walk away.
Doesn't it make you feel sweaty?
It was so amazing because the woman, our client, was so incredible. She was the sweetest mom. And it just felt so invigorating, like to be able to serve him. And he was dressed as Batman.
Ha. Yes, I love that. Like
a full on, like he had a mask over his eyes. He was in a full Batman costume.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you have any fun ones?
Was it Halloween?
Oh, yeah,
right.
Halloween.
Yeah, duh, because you wouldn't just dress like so dead classy on a Tuesday. Yeah. So mine was different, like still obnoxious because like you just can't serve someone. It's got to be fun. So it was a client of ours and we have been trying to serve the other party for so long. We had gone through like a bunch of different process servers to the point where it was like he knew them all. Like we could not find another person to serve this person. I had just started on the job. It was probably my first week at this law firm. And I go, well, I could do it. And I'd never done it before, but I was like, why wouldn't I be able to like hand someone something?
Yeah.
And they go, okay, well, he's a dirty old man and he likes blondes. And I was like, cool. So I woke up early. I woke up early, slapped on my leggings, blew out my hair. And I went to this, like, I guess he was supposed to be at some car show, like where a bunch of old people and young people, just people in general, I guess, then like put all their cars in parking lots that are like vintage and everyone goes and looks at them.
Weird, by the way.
It's like interesting. So I knew he was there. That's where I was told to go. And I'm like the only woman in the parking lot, at this point, because it's like 4:30 in the morning. And I finally find who I think is him, but I had never really seen him before. So I walk up to this group of guys and they're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey,
batting your eyelashes.
Yeah, I'm all, do you know where I could find Bob blah blah? And they're like, oh yeah. And they point to the guy who's standing right there and he goes, that's me. And I was like, oh, here you go. And then he goes, what's this? And I was like, you've been served. I was like, fuck yeah. It was so fun.
You just it almost feels like a scene out of a movie when you do it.
Because that's the only reference that you have.
Yeah. I have process servers that I worked with at my other jobs and they have crazy stories.
Yeah. I mean, it can get fucking dangerous.
Like crazy stories where like they've dressed up as like the Domino's delivery man. They've worn FedEx uniforms before, like because people evade. And those are for like intense big trials. But yeah, I mean,
Jesus, it's such a waste. Just accept service and move on.
I know.
Okay. And then in regards to Lisa Rena, she responded to her copyright lawsuit.
Rena Beauty.
But this was her copyright lawsuit about, in case none of you guys remember, any of you don't remember. It's about like, remember the paparazzi took those photos of her and she like reposted them on her gram. And they were like, what the fuck? You can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, she responded. She's like, I deny all of it. And also she claimed that the paparazzis were being unethical and basically like baiting celebrities to get involved in these lawsuits by like, because like in COVID, there aren't like, I guess that many paparazzi opportunities.
Well, yeah, because people weren't out and about.
Right. So I guess Lisa Rinna was saying that she believes that the paparazzi like baited all these people to be papped, reposted, and then sued so that the paps could make money.
It's like entrapment, but with paparazzis.
Exactly. That's according to Rinna. That's what's going on.
She was She was entrapped by TMZ.
She was entrapped by TMZ. Well,
Allegedly.
I guess in this case, it was like Blackstone or something.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't write it down because why come prepared?
I know, right? You guys, it's a Labor Day weekend. We're here to have fun.
We're here to have fun. What are you drinking?
Oh, you know, the classic Les.
Oh, really? So just
it's vodka, a sparkling water, and fresh lemon juice.
Yum. The first time I had the Les was with obviously Les herself, and it was fresh grapefruit. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
And she had so much grapefruit LaCroix in the fridge. And I was like, oh my God, nothing can be better than this pamplemoussey.
And when she pulls out that big old thing of Kettle One
hand just shook because I was like trying to go get it. I was like, I want one.
A little twitch.
I'm like, oh, let her go. I'm drinking, of course,
the Topo Cheeks.
The Topo Cheeks. I can't get enough. This one's tropical mango. I can't remember if I've had it before or not, but I like it.
How many deep are you?
Just one, but I'm
you
sorry.
Seem stable.
Thank you for saying that because I got super stoned before this and I'm like, am I speaking English? Ooh.
Oh no, you seem like very stable.
See?
Wow.
And I think that's something my mom would call a functioning addict.
Yeah.
Hopefully she skips this episode.
Yeah. Oops. Okay, so wait, do we have any Jen Shaw updates?
No, none.
Boring.
Yeah, boring.
I'm just ready for it though. Like I feel like my spidey senses are tingling. Like I know shit is gonna pop off the moment they start filming. And we're only a week away.
I know.
We're a week away from Salt Lake City.
I didn't know it was happening so soon.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What?
Just in light of New York being so bad. So say Salt Lake City and New York were on at the exact same time. Would you have on the exact same, one day apart, would you have watched New York at all?
If Salt Lake City and New York were on at the exact same time.
Yeah, we'll say the exact same time.
I would watch Salt Lake City.
But would you even watch? I would never have watched New York if Salt Lake was on at the same time.
See, I would watch Salt Lake City, go to bed, and then watch New York at some point the next day.
So is it true, really quickly, a little Roni caveat or detour, are they not doing a reunion?
See, I don't know, because what I had heard is that the reunion was like stalled or whatever because allegedly what's her junk ruined everything, Ramona, by throwing a fit that the rumor mill on Instagram was saying that she wasn't coming back next season. And that just like got her so in a twist that she allegedly decided she wouldn't do the reunion. And that's what I heard.
So think though, if they do have a reunion, what will they talk about?
I don't know. And it's like, because honestly and truly, if I can't rehash the fact that Ramona sucks. She sucks. Ramona sucks.
Yeah.
I can't do it for 3 more episodes. I don't even think I finished the reunion, to be quite frank, if we're speaking honestly here.
You mean the finale?
Yeah.
I didn't even read the final statements that they give, but I will say this. If they do give a reunion, I am interested in watching it because having Andy there and taking production away from it, I wonder if we'll get.
You think it's a production thing?
Yeah.
I think it's a location thing.
No, I think it's a production thing. Give me a break. Like they could have gone on trips. They could have gone up to Newport, Rhode Island. They could have done trips to Connecticut. They could have gone up to Maine because they filmed this during the fall. Like instead of them just going up to Salem, Massachusetts, they should have done a full-on girls' road trip.
Right. They should have.
Like that would have been so fun. Throw all the girls into an RV together.
Oh my God. It would be like the Kim Zolciak show.
Yeah.
With the RV.
But it's like throw them, or what they should have done instead of going north, they should have gone south down to Florida. And they should have gone down and gotten a beach house or something and done like a week-long trip instead of staying up in New York. Because I don't think they were in New York during the height of COVID because they were filming in the fall when things started slowly opening up.
And they missed 4 weeks of production because poor Sonia.
Yeah. I mean, I think that put a damper on it. And I wonder if that just took the wind out of the sails.
Yeah.
But because production sets up these events. It's not I think the women, like, I really think they sit down beforehand. Yeah. And I think that the women sit down beforehand with production and they come up with like each person's storyline, like what the trips are going to look like. There's so much more they could have done.
There's so much more they could have done. And it's like, it was
like Harry Dubin. What the fuck?
Why was Harry Dubin in this at all?
And then that we're pretending that Harry Dubin just randomly called
when they were playing pin the mouth on Harry Dubin. Ugh. And it's like, I'm sorry, Harry Dubin is a swollen mole. Like, I don't want to see that.
Like, you know what would have been funnier is pin the leg. Hot. No, pin the leg on Aviva. Like,
oh wow. Hello, everybody. Hello. You guys are fucking amateurs. Wow.
I know it was Valentine's Day and it was like supposed to be a theme, but give me a break. Like pin the leg on Aviva.
That is so much more romantic than pin the mouth on Harry Dubin because Aviva's always fucking hot.
When those women took their t-shirts off, when Ebony did it, I was actually shocked because I was like, she's a correspondent. Right. I thought it was really fun. It was
fun to see them so free and fun.
It was shocking to see.
It was. Okay. But to be honest, let me get this off my chest really quick. I know we need to move on, but I was just going to say, it's like, to me, it's just the epitome of a bad season when it involves all the women having to take their clothes off. Like, I get that they kind of did it last year, when they went skinny dipping, but they also like threw tiki torches and this and that, but it just like gave me such OC vibes that I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I agree. It's like when there's a comedian on stage and they're bombing and they just start saying like sex jokes.
Exactly. And it's like your mama's fat. Yeah. And you're like, okay.
I don't get why the girls didn't go to Mexico for a trip.
Well, I think the borders are closed.
No, Mexico's been open.
Oh.
Everybody, I've seen so many people on my Instagram that have been going to Mexico.
Yeah, but
and even last year. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And they would have been real lucky to have consulted with you. I mean, just the game alone would have saved the whole season.
I know.
Just the game alone.
Just the leg. I mean, we would have definitely been canceled, but
at least they'd be talking about it.
Okay, so let's get on to our episode today. Okay. I am flying blind.
There you go.
Today, what are we talking about?
So today we're talking about, you brought it up last episode. We're talking about the Joanna Krupa, Brandi Glanville, smelly vagine lawsuit.
Wow. Allegedly.
So here's the deal. We're going to be saying words like pussy and vagina. So put your headphones in.
I won't say it because I hate that word, but I'm going to say vagine.
Vagine. So, put your headphones in and deal with it or skip to the previous episode.
I'm excited because I just know of the rumors of it. Like, I don't know where it started. I don't know the evolution of it. I don't know the resolution of it, if there has been one. So
I'll tell you everything. And here's the deal. I compiled all of my information from like every sleazy gossip website on this side of the Mississippi. Okay. I got Jezebel. I got Page 6. I got fucking Stars or whatever, US Weekly or whatever. Like, so take this with what it is, These all came from rags. So you watched The Real Housewives of Miami, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this all kind of started at the Real Housewife of Miami reunion season 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And basically, Joanna Krupa was like in a whole fight with Adriana. And Adriana said, well, Brandi. So I'm going to pretend to be Adriana. Well, Brandi told me that you tried to kiss Brandi, but instead, Brandi just reached out and gave you a cold handshake because of what she knows about you. Basically, is what Adriana said. And Joanna's like, what? Like, kissed her? I didn't kiss her. Like, I never did that. And Adriana was like, yes, you did. And also Brandi said that Yolanda Hadid had told Brandi that Joanna Krupa was the one who ruined Yolanda's marriage with Mohamed Hadid.
Wow, this is so layered.
I know. So this is all happening at the reunion.
Okay.
And at this point, not Lisa, what's her name? Alexia.
I love her. She's so stunning.
Alexia confirmed all of that and was like, yep, I was there. That's exactly what Brandi said. Adriana is telling the truth. Yolanda told Brandi. That's the end of that. So Lisa co-signed it all. And
you mean Alexia?
Yeah, exactly. But then later, Lisa co-signed it all, like later on.
And so Lisa's husband is the one who's the plastic surgeon, correct?
Correct. Exactly. Okay. So Lisa co-signed all of this later. This is after, I believe this is after the reunion. So later on, after off TV, Lisa co-signed it and was like, yeah, Joanna, sorry, I keep mispronouncing it because Siri spelled it differently. And I keep thinking Joanna Krupa. Is it Anna or Anna?
I say Joanna.
And Adriana. It's just so hard to keep them all straight. Okay, so Lisa said that Joanna and Mohamed did bang. And basically, yep, all was true. So now we have 3 people from the Real Housewives of Miami, Lisa, Adriana, and Alexia, basically confirming that what Brandi said is true.
That the fact that they've had sex together.
And that's what ruined Yolanda's relationship with Mohamed.
Okay.
So all of this.
I will say, Joanna and Mohamed Hadid have a very similar face.
That's a very, 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 very interesting observation.
Like they would have stunning children.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at the children that Mohamed creates.
Yeah.
They're fucking gorgeous.
Well, in the plastic surgery, but.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
But you got to start with a good base.
Yeah. And they're good people.
Allegedly. So as I'm reading all of this, like all the blogs kind of like paint what's his face Mohamed as like a known cheater and like somebody who's always cheating on his wives and whatever. So that's why I was kind of like, okay, well, who cares if someone said that? Yeah. I mean, obviously, if it's not true, it's not true. But like,
it's not like they said he's impotent.
Right. Or something crazy and defamatory.
On its face.
I mean, my God, get up on that stand. Okay. So then, a little bit later, like a year or so, we're on Watch What Happens Live. It's like 2014 or whatever, 2013. Brandi's on with Mark Consuelos. You know him.
Yeah.
Kelly Ripa's husband.
Yeah.
And Andy Cohen's parents are the bartenders. And it's the after show. And Joanna Krupa tweets and goes, no wonder her husband left her about Brandi.
Oh.
So I will say this initiated.
Wow.
A bit of a kerfuffle. So then Brandi goes.
And remember the drama of all of that with her ex-husband and Sheena Shea.
I mean, it spawned an entire series called Vanderpump Rules.
I know.
Like, really.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but as much as Lisa Vanderpump wants credit for that, no one would have cared if Sheena Shea hadn't slept with Eddie Cibrian. Because that's how we got into it. Or else who fucking cares?
What a spider web of
tangled things.
Tangled web of just like all of these famous people coming together.
Well, LA's a small town. Did I sound like Kyle Richards when I said that? She's always like, in this town, in my town, it's small, in Beverly Hills.
And I'm the queen.
And I'm the queen, not you, Lisa Vanderpump. So Joanna tweeted, no wonder her husband left her. And then Brandi, in true Brandi fashion, whips her head around and goes, well, Mohamed told me that her pussy smelled. And Lisa Vanderpump was there.
She said that verbatim.
Yes.
Or did she imply it? Or
I typed out the quote. Mohamed Hadid told me that her pussy smelled. Oh. And Lisa Vanderpump was there when he said it.
Whoa.
So then Mark Consuelos falls onto the floor because shock. And then comes to and says, well, here's the thing. As a guy, you can tell that you might be right. This is all happening on Watch What Happens Live, the after show. And like, I left a link to it. I'll put it on our website. Like at the top.
My jaw is on the ground.
My jaw is on the ground. I kept like, what? How did I not know about this when it was happening? Where was I in 2013, by the way?
I thought that I was serving Batman at the high school.
Yeah.
2013. I thought that she made an insinuation. I didn't know she blatantly said it.
She straight up said that.
Whoa.
So then the next day, Mohamed Hadid gets up on the Twitter and he goes,
how embarrassing.
Brandi is such a scum and a foul mouth. It's a pure lie. I have never, ever spoken to Brandi about Joanna. I would never speak of private parts. First of all, you're a fucking liar. You cannot tell me you've never spoken of private parts. We are speaking about private parts publicly right now. I mean, come on.
Wait, so was it ever confirmed that Vanderpump was there? Like, did Vanderpump ever come out and say, yes, I was there during the conversation? Because really, she's the one who knows the truth then.
So I can read to Vanderpump's statement. And Vanderpump says, I think through trial and tribulations, really reality television and things that she did and said here just kind of ended the relationship. I don't give anything Brandi Glanville says any credence or credibility and don't invest. I always consider the source.
Interesting.
So she doesn't deny it.
Yeah.
She just said consider the source, which to me says, yeah, I think I'm sorry, but
yeah, I take that as I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to affirm or deny.
Unfortunately, it doesn't even say that. It just like doesn't say anything other than like
poor Joanna.
I know. Well, it gets worse.
That's embarrassing. What do you mean it gets worse?
It gets worse. So this is all happening. And then things kind of died down, right?
Uh-huh.
Then in a YouTube video in December of 2014, like after 2013, when this is all said and done,
yeah,
Brandi Glanville reissues her sentiments about Joanna's odors.
So she republishes it.
She says, I stand by it. This is what happened. And that was on YouTube.
Well, I mean, if it's true, we all know that's an affirmative based on last week's episode. That is an affirmative defense to any defamatory statement.
So then on January 22nd, 2015, Joanna filed a lawsuit against Brandi for defamation, seeking $2 million in damages,
for reputation,
alleging that Brandi knowingly made false and malicious statements that Mrs. Krupa had sexual relations with Mohamed Hadid while Mr. Hadid was in an intact marriage to Yolanda Foster, and in what would become the hangnail of the lawsuit, that she was further slandered when Glanville referred to her vagina as, quote, smelly.
That was probably a hard sentence for the law clerk to type out, you know?
I would have loved to type that out. Like, that is so petty, this whole thing.
Whoa.
So this is January, right?
So January of 2014, she filed
2015. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 2015. Okay.
So then we're trudging along. It's now July of 2015. It's been about 7 months or whatever.
Okay.
And Brandi goes on the Howard Stern show.
Oh, dear God.
And because Brandi is Brandi and because Howard Stern brings out the best in people, Brandi made the comment, said that she made the comment about this smelly vagine out of retaliation to Joanna's tweet about how Brandi's husband left her. So it's like, you want to talk about, oh, well, isn't it an active lawsuit and you can't talk about it or whatever, you know, with like these housewives claiming that. It's like, okay, Brandi Glanville was literally 7 months into an active lawsuit about defamation, and she just repeats what happened and like makes a whole thing on fucking Howard Stern.
So she said that she completely made it up.
She's saying that she said it out of retaliation, like whatever.
Oh, said it out. Okay. For some reason, when you initially said it, I thought you meant she said it out of retaliation, meaning she admitted to making it up.
I don't know if that was her intention to admit to making it up, or if she just would have kept it a secret if it's true, you know?
Yeah.
So then 2 years go by where they're trying to do the discovery process. And I guess Joanna Krupa is not responding to discovery.
Question. Is this only a defamation case against Brandi Glanville, or did she sue Mohamed Hadid as well?
Just Brandi Glanville.
That's interesting to me. You think that she would have sued both of them because she could have sued Mohamed Hadid for making the statement, and then because he published it and made the statement to Brandi Glanville and Lisa Vanderpump, and then also sued Brandi Glanville for the statement she made.
I know. I wonder if they even like took the deposition. You know, I wonder. So anyway, a couple of years go by and Joanna's not responding to Discovery. And so, yeah. And it's like, you can't just not fucking respond.
You can't initiate and then go bye-bye.
Like, it's just, that's not how this works. So Brandi's like, does a motion in the court where they basically have to ask the judge to be like, can you tell them to do what they said they were going to do?
Yeah. Motion to compel.
Yeah. And basically the judge had to order Joanna Krupa to hand over all of her gynecological records from the years 2000 to 2005 for an in-camera review to determine the relevance.
Oh, that poor judge.
The poor judge, the poor Joanna, the clerk that has to assemble it.
But I would want to know, though, whether or not they were able to make a determination of whether or not that's relevant, because just because you may suffer from a vaginal odor of sorts doesn't mean that you've had any history of STDs, diseases.
Unless you went to the gyno and you were
and you asked for like a prescription of something.
Yeah.
I
mean, either way, invasive, but you know what?
Relevant. I mean, relevant, I guess. Yeah.
That's a hard
that
one.
Poor woman. That is so embarrassing.
I know. So she was also ordered to hand over all of her communications with Lisa Vanderpump, Mohamed Hadid, and Andy Cohen.
Well, did they depose her other boyfriends?
I know, right? I don't know.
During that time?
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess they also compelled her to answer the interrogatories that Brandi had.
Wait, what are interrogatories? I don't know if people know.
So interrogatories are basically like the one side of the legal party or whatever can issue like a list of questions or something that require you to answer and provide information to them to like help them further along the lawsuit.
Okay.
So one of the interrogatories, I could only find one because the rest were under a fucking paywall and I hate that. And it said, is it your contention in this lawsuit that your vagina and or vulva are odorless? If yes, please explain with specificity why your vagina and or vulva are odorless. Like, how brutal.
My jaw is on the floor.
I know.
But I mean, that's sad. This is dark.
You gotta be careful with the lawsuits that you initiate because unfortunately the door is open both ways. And that's why it's so rough.
But the sad part is it's more open against her. Because the door is much wider.
She's the one who has to prove that it's untrue.
Oh my God. I know why 25% of our viewers didn't want to have us talk about this. Yeah. This is dark. Guys.
Okay, so then it takes all of 4 years to finally settle this lawsuit.
So wait, really quickly, do we know? I'm assuming Brandi Glanville's main defense was that it was true. Yeah. And do you think she was saying at all that it was opinion, or do you think that it was?
She's saying that it's true. Wow. That's what Mohamed told her and that it's true.
Yeah, because then I guess Mohamed's defense would have been it's his opinion. And truth.
Well, Mohamed's defense is I never said that. Brandi's a liar.
Yeah, but let's
exactly, which is why I think it's interesting that, you know, he's not brought in or all of that. Because it's like, I mean,
I'm surprised she didn't follow a joinder.
I would have been like, get in here, buddy. You fucking said it.
And have to depose him, have to depose Lisa Vanderpump.
Publish it though. I guess that would be
he's just, I get that. But I wonder though, if then, I guess Brandi then could have countersued or could have then initiated a lawsuit and joined Mohamed in though.
I know. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then they go to settle it.
It had cost Brandi like already in like 2015, like $57,000 to defend this lawsuit.
For her, that's a lot of money.
It is. So then it's all settled. We obviously don't know the terms of the settlement because it's private and confidential. but Brandi issued the following statement through Krupa's attorney. So Brandi issued this statement through Joanna's attorney.
Yes.
Quote, I want to apologize to Joanna Krupa for the statements I have made about her. I regret ever making such statements about Joanna Krupa. I also certainly never intended my statements be taken so seriously and out of proportion. I apologize as I never wanted my statements to affect Joanna Krupa's reputation, and I wish her nothing but continued success in life.
Such a cookie cutter apology. And you know that apology was drafted by her attorney, then went back to Joanna Krupa's attorney with red lines, went back to Brandi's attorney, and it just bounced until they finally agreed upon an actual.
Well, and you know that Brandi's first when she wrote the first draft, I guarantee you it said, I want to apologize to Joanna Krupa's vagina for the statements I've made about her vagina. I want to regret ever making such statements about her smelly vagina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Brandi. And
so
then they
Brandi,
just copy and pasted it with Joanna Krupa.
They probably had the C word in there somewhere.
Oh God.
Well,
do you want to hear Joanna's quote?
Yeah. Well, really quickly, that apology was 99.9% a part of the settlement for everyone. I'm assuming most of our listeners know that, but for people that don't know, a lot of times things like that are a part of the settlement.
And this is how we can tell you that, because it says, Joanna says, I can't talk about the settlement, but as I already made a quote, I'm very pleased and I hope it inspires people to think before they speak and for others to stand up for themselves if someone spreads lies about them. She told TMZ. And as for if she and Brandi could ever be friends in the future, Joanna said, no comment, honey.
What a ridiculous question.
You mean to tell me this is the thing. It's this is why I also can't watch the White House press briefings, because I'm like, you mean to tell me that you're standing in front of the person with the answers to the question and you're going to fucking ask that stupid question? Yeah. And it's you mean to tell me this is the problem with people saying that I'm no such thing as stupid questions. I'm sorry. That is untrue.
Yeah, that's very untrue.
Absolutely such thing as stupid questions.
Okay. So since we have very limited information on this because it was sealed, all of the records were sealed. Let's play a game. What do you think the settlement was? And then I'll go.
Okay, well, I think it was for attorney's fees and a public apology.
So do I.
Oh, really?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Or when you say attorney's fees, do you think each party was responsible for their own, or do you think Brandi had to pay the attorney's fees? Because I think each person was responsible for their own public apology. They walked away.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Or do you think that Brandi had to pay Joanna's attorney fees? Because I guarantee there was no merit to it because they went through the discovery process.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that would be a tough one to negotiate.
Yeah. Well, she had spent $50,000, so Joanna Krupa probably spent $50,000 to $100,000.
That's a lot of fucking money.
It is a lot of money, but yeah, I bet that they just both walked away with paying attorney's fees, and that was it.
Yeah.
I did think it was interesting though, because never once did. If you look at Brandi's apology,
like a gag order.
Yeah, never once. When you look at her Brandi's apology, did she ever say that she lied about it?
Yeah, so it's Brandi doesn't have to admit guilt. They'll never speak to each other again.
So they probably made some type of settlement where Brandi just had to apologize. But then if you listen to Joanna's statement, how she says it's upsetting to have, those lies spewed about you.
Yeah.
And lies made up. So she just is maintaining the position that it was obviously all made up. And then Brandi's sitting there saying, put her tail between her legs and walked away and didn't
kiss
really
your
say
butt
much.
Goodbye.
What's crazy is that I feel like Brandi didn't learn a lesson from this.
Oh, absolutely. Brandi's never learned a lesson in her life.
Would you like to see her come back?
Yes. And I say that as a person who staunchly don't bring anyone back.
Okay, because I have an idea of where to put her.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not Beverly Hills, it's Orange County.
She's trashy enough.
There's something she gives me Corona, Riverside vibes.
Totally. She's yeah, I agree.
She's like a river rat.
Yeah.
you know, like the
Like
tiny glitter
a
bikini.
Tamara Barney.
Yeah, tiny glitter bikini, like on a boat with those massive speakers.
Oh my God, kind of sounds fun though.
It does. No, I bet she's a fun person.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it'd be so fun to be her friend and like such a nightmare to be on her bad side.
How awkward do you think it is when they see each other, Joanna Krupa and Brandi?
Super awkward.
Oh, never mind. We'll have to say this off air, but I just want to know if you think the rumor was true.
Okay, so let's talk about the criminal behavior. Do you have one for this week?
Yes.
Okay.
So as I stated earlier in the episode, I decided to go to Costco on a Sunday at 2 p.m.
Ugh.
My criminal behavior is people that do not know how to move in a fluid line through Costco or any grocery store and have no social awareness or spatial awareness of how big their cart is, like how much space they're taking up, where their family members are. And it's so infuriating because it's like, Costco's a routine, right? Do you have a routine when you go? Like, you know which area. It's like going to Disneyland. Like, you know what area you're going to hit first. You know what area you're going to hit last.
And there really is only one way in and one way out. It's not that hard. You go around the perimeter, and God forbid you need to get some clothes from the middle.
No, there was a man going the opposite way. The flow of traffic.
Just not stop.
It was absolutely insane.
I really can't with people.
So that was my criminal behavior. Is just
that
people
is
that have
criminal.
No social or spatial awareness.
I just got irritated.
Especially during COVID. And my boyfriend made a good point. They've taken the stickers off the floors.
Oh, so people don't even know which way they should be directed. You know, and that room is just so big. It's like you kind of lose sense of how tall you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it is so big. Okay, what is yours?
Okay, so mine is, and I know this is childish, but it's TikTok trends that don't work. Like,
I thought wait, what? I don't have a TikTok.
So like there was one that I saw today about like that if you open your soda can a certain way, it doesn't open the big hole. It opens like a teeny tiny little hole that just your little straw will fit in. That isn't the little tab that it comes with. It's like a built-in hole. And I was so excited to try it today. And I woke up and I grabbed a can and I tried to open it like that and it didn't work. And I was just like, you know what?
Oh,
don't fucking trick us like that. Trolls, I guess, are my criminal behavior. Even though I am one, I don't like them.
So not necessarily a TikTok trend, but like a TikTok trick or a little, because I thought you were going to say like TikTok trend is in dancing.
No.
I mean, those are offensive, but because I watched, oh my God, my friend came over and we started watching the D'Amelios.
Oh my God, I've never watched them. I can't believe you watched them.
No, okay, well, when I say watch, we got 5 minutes in.
Okay.
We started watching it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated by that whole, like they lived in Connecticut like a year ago and now they live in LA.
Honestly,
but anyways, trash TikTokers don't understand the whole vibe.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't get it.
It's too much. Okay.
Well,
is there anything else?
No.
Well, should we plug all of our stuff?
Yes. Follow us on Instagram at Allegedly Bravo. You can listen to our podcast everywhere podcasts are available. I especially like listening to mine on Spotify. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of over Apple lately.
I am too.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and review. And give us a 5-star review. Don't give us anything less. Like right now we're at a 4.5. So if we could get back up.
No, don't say that. Someone else got mad.
Yeah. No, we don't. Nobody wrote a review. We just, it's hilarious though when you go and you look at podcast reviews and it's like people are 5 stars or like 4.5 and it's like 1,000 5-star reviews and then it's like 500 1-star reviews and it's just people that are haters and people that are trolls, because it's like I could understand a solid review of being like a 3 or a 4, but to just straight up go with a 1,
right? This isn't fucking Yelp. You don't have to eat here. Just fucking move on.
Shut it off and don't listen.
Yeah, how about that? You don't have to go out of your way. Now I'm thinking, now I'm mad again.
Don't try ruining our lives just because you don't have a sense of humor and you're not smart.
You're the one who's not smart, not us.
Yeah. Okay. And what else?
Also,
was I
buy our
supposed to say?
stuff.
Oh yeah, buy our merch, you guys. It's so cute. And sweater weather is upon us. We are going into fall. Get those big baggy sweaters. I have my Allegedly Bravo one, and I just washed it and I folded it, and I'm so excited to put it on. I'm going to take a bath tonight.
Yeah.
Throw it on, a little high bun, a face mask. Like there's no better way to end your Sunday night.
Oh, I'm going to order a Bass Lake camp shirt tonight. Because like
cute.
a big oversized camp shirt just like sounds nice with shorts, you know?
Yes. And we will be coming
and
out with
shaved
some
legs and new sheets.
We will be coming out with some holiday stuff too. So get ready. We'll be doing some Christmas stuff, some Hanukkah maybe.
Really, whatever you guys want.
Yeah. Because we're going in. I'm so excited for the holidays. I cannot wait. Anyways.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. We love you guys.
Episode, because we're trying to, I feel like we're just trying to go in, like keep it light because next week's going to be fucking crazy.
It's going to be crazy. Because
we're going to go deep into Erica. We're going deep into Rinna. Jen Shaw's probably about to pop off too. So
tune in, stick around, join us, follow us on Instagram, buy our shirts, and follow us on Patreon once we launch it. Allegedly Bravo. Pay us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.